And then so I make a lot of, and then I shoot a lot of films in Columbus, Mississippi, where my parents are from, and then the workers leaving the factory, they were actually they worked for the city actually. They did the ground stuff, the city stuff. So and then the only thing I did, like most of my films aren't like documents, like they're not like kind of legal documents or like a documentary. I think I work as an agent, so to speak. So I just try to get them to do certain things. So even in that film, I told them to leave their vest on and walk out one door, because there's like several doors. Just come out this door so I can like film them all, like 36 of them leave, so to speak. And then so I like to kind of be the kind of agent. So sometimes I like to kind of activate the kind of scene. Except for Stone, actually, the film Stone. I happened to walk up on this guy hustling these kids and stuff with the shell game, and then I probably shot I shot some 16 millimeter film and that was in Columbus, Mississippi as well. And I shot some 16 millimeter film of him, and then I shot about 30 minutes of HD, and then I kept that whole clip because I liked how the music kind of cut in and off of some kind of nice sound cues that were going on and stuff. And I like people who are hustling. As long as I'm not being hustled, I guess. But then I showed that film in front of the like kind of an economic class, or history of labor class in Virginia stuff, and I said that guy made $99 in 6 minutes. Who wants that job? Right? Everybody wants that job. Like sign up for that. So it's kind of a weird kind of like play on that kind of thing. So I like that kind of stuff. And but anyway, most of the films are actually shot in the South. Actually, 10-5 in the Grass. That was one of the cowboys, and then I always wanted to make a film about cowboys and also about the performative of them doing the calf roping. I like these. I made a film years ago called Cinnamon, which was about drag racing. I followed this African American family around, and I wrote some scenes and stuff, and made some stuff up. And I like to make films where people on the screen are smarter than the audience. I like that there's this internal language of how they do things, and people, audience like kind of have to catch up. So I like the kind of gestures and the practice and the performance that these guys are doing and stuff, and it's just kind of quiet. And then again, there's no kind of conflict. Like it's just a kind of like a situation of them and their language and their body movements and stuff around these particular tasks, so to speak. And also too, in most of the films, there is an element of like kind of a single take. So lately, I've been shooting films like most kind of film cameras. You have a 400-foot magazine, 400 foot of film. For 16 millimeter or for 35 millimeter, you have 1,000 feet of film, and that's a 10-minute take, so to speak. So I've been making films that like the event lasts the whole take, and lately I've been making films the scene lasts as long as the gesture, so to speak. And then so in 10-5 in the Grass, there is only one scene that's actually 10 minutes long, where just with the kid kind of like is combing his hair, and then I actually met him. Before we slated it, I probably met him 40 seconds before. I said, "Dude, can you keep picking your hair?" "Yeah." "All right, slate." And that was it, And we just shot the 10 minutes. I didn't know what was going to happen. Then the horse broke free, and just practicing and stuff like that. So it turned out pretty good. So I did a bunch of takes like that, and just kind of just kind of like edited them together. But now I try to make films that the event lasts as long as it takes. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a kind of a single 10-minute or 11-minute long clip, but the event lasts as long as the action and stuff. And the stoplight Liberty, I was telling the audience yesterday, like a lot of these southern towns have like a Statue of Liberty in them. I don't know why, because the Statue of Liberty was an homage for emancipation, like it was a gift from the French, so it was supposed to be a black woman or something, So, but all these towns have a Statue of Liberty, so I just liked the way it was set. And then I like to do time-lapse films and stuff, and also too, like I'm a trained photographer, sculptor, painter, printmaker, and for me, film is still an extension of my sculpture practice in a weird way, because I like the materialities. I like what the cameras do, and I like what the film and the materials do. So I like the fact that I have a Bolex camera that I can actually shoot single, like one frame of film, like at a time, and just kind of like make the fast action of the sun go down. So I like the materialities of the camera and the film and stuff. And then so that was just a kind of a film I want to do with that. And Charlie's Proof is basically like I met that guy like before I shot it. I probably met him like a minute. That's my mom's old friend. I'd never seen him. You know, I heard about him. He used to be a notorious bootlegger, so I wanted to ask him about bootlegging, but he was being coy because his brother's a mayor now, and then he was hitting me with it, that hook and stuff like that. You know, they call him Charlie the Hook, whatever. So I just kind of chopped it together and kind of made him be even more coy through editing, so to speak. And then I like the fact that I can barely understand him. So I don't know what other people, you know, I don't speak Eastern Mississippian. I understand it because my mom still speaks it, and then I speak fast and whatever, because basically my mom. But I like the fact that, again, like there's an internal situation going on there. Like it's self-referential. Like he's smarter than the audience. Like he knows a lot of stuff, and then so he's talking to me like I know everybody. Like, do you remember Boot Powell? Like, sure. Yeah. I'm just like nodding. Yeah. Oh, you know him, and I don't know. Never heard of him in my life. But yeah, I just want to keep him going, and so I'm like nodding, so I don't say anything, and like interrupt the sound. And then the one film, The Rita Lawson's Boy, which is kind of not like the other films, is based on. Like I always make these kind of series and trilogies, and this was a trilogy of films. I made 3 films that were about Columbus, Mississippi, but not necessarily shot in Columbus, Mississippi. One of the films I made was based on a Tennessee Williams play, because Tennessee Williams was born in Columbus, Mississippi. I mean, the film was based on a play called The Kingdom of Earth. And then, I don't know if you ever heard of this novelist called Chester Himes. I mean, he made all these kind of Harlem crime-like novels. He has one called Cotton Comes to Harlem. It used to be an old blaxploitation movie. And the cotton comes from Lowndes County. So I shot a scene from that. So I redid a scene from that. And then in Rita Lawson's Boy, and I don't know if I think people are my age. I think most people are younger than me. There used to be this sitcom called Sanford and Son. It used to be playing on NBC, American television. The son's friend was a guy named called Rollo. And the actor's name was Nathaniel Taylor, and he's from Columbus, Mississippi. So I was for years I've been trying to find this guy, and I can't find him. I think he changed his name to Islam name, and then he just kind of got into acting, and it's hard to find and stuff. And actually years ago, I had a friend of mine who worked for People magazine, and he used their detective. And we had 3 Nathaniel Taylors, and neither one of them was him, actually. And so anyway, so I've been wanting to get the old Sanford and Son audition tapes or film. I know somebody has them somewhere. I'm still looking for them. I want to get all this old, because I used to do a lot of films and found footage and